You're smiling.
I'm Eberhart. This is my wife Moriah, and this is Joshua, also known as J-Rock.
Originally, when Mark and I got married, we always talked about adoption. So I did try to go through fertility treatments, but that didn't work. So the plan was to go through an agency, which we did, and we got certified. And once we got certified and graduated, Mark got transferred with his job to come to Texas. So we were living in Arizona at the time. So we waited about a year while we were here, and we decided let's do the agency again and go through the process here for Texas. Once we completed that course, then Mark got laid off. So we decided to just hold off because we figured God has a different plan for us. So we decided to maybe go in to do some mission work. So we made a plan. We did a mission trip to Mexico, and then we were planning a trip to Uganda.
We thought that the trip to Uganda was because that's what we were supposed to do, that God needed to put it in our hearts to not think about ourselves anymore and be 100% for something or someone else. And we had no idea that having an infant was going to be that.
The Uganda trip got postponed twice, so we were kind of getting anxious, like wondering, okay, what's going on? And lo and behold, when Mark and myself were out of town, I get a phone call from a friend of mine that says, I know a young girl that's looking for parents for an unborn child. Called Mark, and I asked him, what do you think? And he said yes. So we met with her, and from that point on, our agency that we originally worked with gave us a great name of a social worker and a lawyer, and we started the process, and within 2 months of getting that phone call, Joshua was in our arms.
Having an infant totally changed my heart the second I got to hold him, because I realized this is absolutely beautiful.
I was able to be there for his birth by cutting his umbilical cord, and he's been in my arms ever since. And Mark is an amazing dad.
I honestly had no idea that I could love anything so much. I love Moriah, I love God, and when I get to hold Joshua and the way that he looks at me with his eyes, you just have no idea that your heart can melt so fast and so large for anything. And when you realize that there's just this little, they call it a bundle of joy, but this human being that is going to absorb everything that you do and say, it really puts it in your heart, it put it in my heart that I now have something so much more to be responsible for. And I'm so glad that I found following Jesus before this happened, because now I realize that I'm going to be able to take the love that God has for me and share it with another human being that's going to be able to learn what I have to teach him.
All children should be wanted, which is all God's children. And we have that gift to love them because that's what Jesus has taught us, to love each other. And I think it's important to look at that and realize how your heart's speaking to you.
We don't feel any different because we've adopted. We feel like we've had a son, and all the responsibility of having a son has been put upon us, and we love God for that. And we love Riverstone's commitment to that because there's such a passion for adopting, and I think it's changed a lot of people's minds. Even if adopting isn't for you, helping to support adoption might be, either financially or through prayers, or just offering to watch kids, because especially when you're adopting, you don't have that 9 months to prepare for, a lot of the things that you do get to prepare for. And so all of a sudden, your doctor's appointments and work appointments and things like that, you still need some help. So if you're not ready or you're not old enough to adopt yet, boy, there certainly are lots of people that can still benefit from that.